Young Turks, sponsored by GoDaddy.com. Sharon Angle is running against Harry Reid in Nevada. World's greatest gift to Harry Reid. That's the thing with these Democrats, man. They are blessed with silly enemies. And so Fox News complains about how Obama eats a hamburger or wears his pants. And people go, well, I'm not on that side, so I guess I must be with Obama. And you don't get to real criticism of Obama. Harry Reid, I think, has been a disaster in a lot of ways as Senate Majority Leader. And he was a Senate Minority Leader when he got his ass rolled over by the Republicans over and over again. But he's now, Sharon Angle falls in his lap. That's his opponent. And she's Looney Tunes. Yeah, we've explained in 100 different ways before. We got a new one. She's on a radio show, and she's going to be asked on the Bill Manders show if she would make any exceptions in her pro-life position. And get a load of what she says.
I think the abortion issue, though, I want to talk to you a little bit about this.
All right.
I think it's become, because I too am pro-life, but I'm also pro-choice. Do you understand what I say when I mean that?
Well, I'm pro-responsible choice.
Right.
You know, there's choice to abstain, choice to do contraception.
Is there any reason at all?
Choices.
Is there any reason at all for an abortion?
Not in my book.
So in others, rape and incest would not be something?
You know, I'm a Christian.
Right.
And I believe that God has a plan and a purpose for each one of our lives, and that He can intercede in all kinds of situations, and we need to have a little faith in many things.
Yeah, because, you know, if you got raped, it was part of God's plan. Now, the rest of the media won't tell you that because that's impolite, right? And they don't want to offend religious people, etc. I mean, they look at this and go, whoa, that's crazy. And everybody points out, really, you're not going to let people who got raped or who were victims of incest get an abortion? That's crazy, right? But I think the second part of the statement is crazier. It's part of God's plan that your dad or your uncle or whoever molest you and impregnate you. And so you should just have that baby because that's the cards that God dealt you, and sad day for you. That is horribly cruel. I mean, it seems like they have no ability for empathy whatsoever. I mean, that's why they look down on. That's during the Sotomayor confirmation hearings. They're like, oh, empathy? Who would ever have empathy for anybody? If you got raped, sad day for you. It's God's plan. Okay, now you carry that rapist child to term. So you're going to vote for this person? It's crazy. And what the hell were they talking about in the beginning on pro-choice and pro-life? And then she comes around and says, yeah, I'm for pro-choice if you make the choices I want, which is to abstain and to have the kid. Well, that ain't pro-choice. That is the exact opposite of pro-choice. They're sick people, man. And you know what? Harry Reid is pro-life. So as usual, we're like, okay, who's pro-choice? It's either right-wing or super insane right-wing. Those are your choices these days in America. Enjoy.
The Young Turks have a new sponsor, GoDaddy.com. And one of the great benefits of GoDaddy is they have 99.9% uptime. Whatever that means.